I'm Mandy, and if you're new, which you probably are because I only have like 50 subscribers right now, then welcome to my channel. I don't really know what my channel is. I don't know what I'm doing. I started posting like a couple of covers on there, but I don't know. I don't want to just post only covers. I kind of feel like talking and actually, interacting on my channel. I don't really know who I'm interacting with because there's no one again here. So it's a little awkward. I feel like I'm talking to myself, like no one's listening, but if anyone's listening, then hi, how are you? A couple days ago I was on YouTube, as always. I saw some video in the suggested. It was somebody's story time about how they thought that someone was breaking into their house, and it brought me back to this one time where the same thing happened to me, and I felt like I just wanted to put it on YouTube because even if no one sees this, I don't want to forget it because I totally forgot about this until like I saw that. So I'm going to tell that story today. Let me get a little closer. Let's go back in time. So this takes place, I think I was 15. I was a sophomore in high school when this first happened. So I was 15 years old, and one night I was sitting upstairs, and my upstairs was basically one room, and it had this little window facing the front of the house. Let me give you also a background. So you have to keep something in mind. So in this town that I lived in, there was like a description of this white pickup truck getting out at nighttime in front of houses, and like, I cannot speak today. There was a white pickup truck going around neighborhoods, and two young men, like the late teens, early 20s, they were getting out of their car and they had machetes and they were trying to break into people's houses. And they hadn't caught these people yet. The only reason that they knew who they were, kind of like what was going on, was, because people were witnesses. Like one time they went to a house, but they had security cameras, so they couldn't make out who it was, but they could tell like about the age, they could tell the car. Luckily everyone was okay, like no one was killed, or like, I don't know if they actually ended up breaking into people's houses, but they were trying to. So you have to keep that in mind throughout this whole story. I was sitting on my computer, and all of a sudden I heard this little like I heard something hit my window. But since I lived in Missouri, so there are lots of like June bugs or cockroaches, and I thought that maybe one of them was just like flying into the window, like so I didn't really think too much of it. It happened again, and then it happened one more time, and the third time that it happened, I don't know why I got so freaked out. Like it was so stupid to just be so freaked out over a little sound, but I kind of freak myself out easily. And I think around that time I'd also been like watching stories about like paranormal activity, and like I don't even like saying it, it just freaks me out. So during that time, like I was freaked out by every little noise. I just got out of the chair and then I went downstairs. Oh, keep in mind, this was all at like 11 o'clock at night. This is nighttime, all right? So I ran downstairs. My parents were in the living room, like on the couch. I went downstairs and I was like, oh, guys, there's this sound, like the window keeps on making a sound. I don't know if it's a cockroach, like, I don't know what it is, but it happened 3 times, and my parents were kind of like laughing about it, and I was laughing too, but I didn't really think it was funny. I was just kind of scared. And then all of a sudden I heard this car door, like like when you hear the car, like the door's shut. So it didn't sound like a neighbor, like it sounded like it was coming from my driveway. So I kind of thought that was weird. So I decided to go check it out. We had this formal dining room, and it was basically facing the front of the house, and there was this big window like right in front of it. I kind of peeked through, I looked in, and I see this white pickup truck, and it wasn't it wasn't parked near my house, it was blocking my driveway. It just scared me so much. Like, Mom, Dad, there's this car blocking our driveway. And then they were like, what? So my dad comes like walking over to the front. He's looking out. We're all looking out. You could probably see our eyes just like looking through this thing. And it was just so scary. I don't know why. I was just like, why would someone be blocking our driveway and just stopping the car? When I heard that door close, there wasn't anyone outside of the car yet, but when we were watching, I saw one guy get out of the car. And I saw another like silhouette in the car too. So I knew there were like at least 2 people there. And that scared me so much. Is this the description of these people with machetes? Because then it came back to me and it was nighttime. It was literally 11 o'clock at night. My dad's like, go upstairs, you and mom, like go upstairs, I'm gonna go call the cops. And then he was like, just go. Like I was like, I didn't want to leave him, but I was scared. So my mom and I went upstairs, and on my way up the stairs I grabbed this like mini baseball bat, like that, like that's gonna do anything versus a machete. I don't know. I was so scared. So I grabbed this little mini baseball bat, and my mom and I ran upstairs. We went back up, so to that little, like we went to that little window. So my mom and I were kneeling on the ground, like looking through the window, and we were so scared. I was more scared than my mom. My mom was so calm, and I don't know why, but I think she was just freaking out so much, and she just like she calmed. But we were still looking, and I saw this other guy get out of the car, and I know this sounds so dramatic, but I just felt my blood just going. I don't know where it was going. It was just draining. I felt cold. I felt dizzy. I felt like I needed to puke. I know this sounds so dramatic, but I literally thought my life was going to end that night. I thought I was gonna die. I thought these people were the ones with the machetes, and I thought that they were gonna try to break into my house, and I thought that they were gonna get away with it this time, because my neighborhood, like lots of people obviously lived in my neighborhood, but it was just so late at night, and I don't know, I just felt like no one was awake. All the lights were off. It was dark. It was scary, guys. I mean, I'm a little 15-year-old, all right? So my mom got on the phone. She called her like a really good family friend who also happened to live in our neighborhood. So she was calling her, and she was like, can you drive around our cul-de-sac? Like there's someone here. And I was just, guys, while my mom was doing this, I just decided to lay on the floor. Like, my heart was just beating so fast. I've never felt so like I was there, but I felt like I wasn't there, because I felt just so dizzy and like cold. I honestly think I was about to pass out from being so scared. But eventually I got back up and I kind of looked out. I saw some guy, like one of the guys, on their phone. And when we saw that they were on their phone, we were scared, because we were thinking, what if there's another person? Like, what if there's someone in our backyard? Like, what if they're all texting, gonna try to like invade the house? I don't know what's gonna happen. So I ran downstairs to tell my dad, and he went into the closet. The closet was facing the front of the house. It was also a window, but he was looking out, and he was on the phone with the police. Like, he had been on the phone with the police the whole time. So I don't know, the police were probably pretty close to getting to my house. Like, this was a legitimate thing. And my dad also was holding a gun, because, you know, this is Missouri, okay? Like, we have guns and we need to protect ourselves. I was really happy we had a gun, honestly, because I was thinking, you know, what if I didn't have a gun, I would only have a baseball bat, and they had machetes, and I have a little mini, let me get this baseball bat. I still have it in here. It's not really a baseball bat. I thought it was. It's like, it's like this fake sword. I was holding this thing. I was ready to hit people. I'm not even joking. This thing was in my hand. Thank God we actually had a gun, because it made me just feel like a little bit better. My dad was holding a gun in his hand. He's on the phone with the police. I'm holding this thing, not like it's gonna help me at all. The 2 guys are outside of the car, so we're thinking something's gonna happen. So my dad was like, Mandy, you go upstairs right now. Like, just, you have to go upstairs. The police are on the way. It's gonna be okay. So I went back upstairs with my mom. Again, I laid there. I just thought I was gonna pass out. And then all of a sudden my mom kind of like paused. She's like, huh, that's weird. And I was just like, what's going on? Like, what's weird? I think he's holding a sign. What do you mean he's holding a sign? And then I looked out there, and there's someone, I couldn't see who it was, obviously, but they're holding a sign. I didn't see any machetes in anyone's hand. So my mom's friend said, oh, it's homecoming season. Is someone trying to ask your daughter to the dance? Yeah, I was still scared. We were all kind of like, that could be it. And then also, the reason we thought this after now, like when the police are already called, is because earlier when I was practicing my choir song, I got a call from this guy that I was, you know, really good friends with at the time, and you know, I didn't answer because I was practicing my song, and then my phone actually, like, it died. So then I was like, could that be him? But I didn't think he would ask me to the dance. Like, I was just like, huh, I don't know. I was still scared, but my mom was like, you know, you can stay up here, just take a shower, like, you're sweating. I went and I took a shower, and then I got out of the shower a few minutes later, like 10 minutes later, excuse me, and there's a sign in my house, and my my parents told me that this guy from my school knocked on the door, and they saw it was him, so they answered the door. And he was trying to ask me to homecoming. He's so sweet though, like, he's literally so nice. He basically left that sign with my parents, and like, I guess what he was doing, I think he went outside and he was trying to do like, I think he was getting like silly string or something to kind of spell it out on my street in front of my house, but I didn't know that. Like, I was wondering why these people were like wandering outside my house. I thought they were trying to break in. That's the story of the time that we thought someone was breaking in. These police officers were probably on their way to our house. They were on their way to our house. Oh, I think someone's asking my daughter to the dance. I'm sorry. Forget it. Never mind. It's just a homecoming, like, thing. Yeah. But I never told that guy, like, what happened. I didn't tell him that the police were on their way to the house, my dad was holding a gun. I never told him that we thought that he was like an intruder. So he has no idea. I don't know if he'll ever see this. We're still like friends on Instagram and stuff. But if you're watching this, you know who you are. I think you'll know who you are probably. And that's what was going on behind the scenes when you were asking me to this dance. Like, I literally thought I was gonna die. Anyways, that's the story. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with this YouTube. I don't really know if anyone is even gonna see this, so I kind of feel awkward. I sound like I'm talking to a bunch of people, but I'm probably just talking to myself. But if you happen to have made it this far in the video, thank you for actually watching. I really appreciate it. Feel free to subscribe. If you aren't following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. Feel free to DM me. If you want to see more, let me know any ideas you have for me to make on here. And that's it. So, bye.